Wash your face. If you're feeling sorry, there's a pandemic party going down at my place. I can think of nothing better than you and me quarantined together. So wash your hands and don't touch your face. There's a pandemic party today. I see trees are green and red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, and also all the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying that I love you. Babies crying, and I'll watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world it is. It is spring, finally. I hope you guys are well out there. My name is Seth Glier. Welcome to the Pandemic Party. This has been going on pretty much every week over on my Patreon page. So hello, patrons out there over on my YouTube stream right now. But this week we're doing something special. We're opening it up to the Facebook audience. So hello, Facebook. I hope you're enjoying this. And if you do enjoy this, please leave a comment below, and certainly sign up on my Patreon page. If you're not enjoying this, I'm sure you've already left a comment. All right. The theme this week is gifts. Gifts that we receive, gifts that we give other people, gifts that sometimes come in unusual packages, and some gifts that open up over time. So this is a song for anybody who's spent the last 2 months homeschooling a child. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? isn't she lovely, made from love? Well, isn't she pretty, truly the angel's best? Boy, I'm so happy we have been heaven blessed. I can't believe what God has done. Through us He's given life to one. Isn't she lovely, made from love? Isn't she lovely? Life and love are the same. Life is Asia, the meaning of her name. Lonnie, it could have not been done without you who conceived the one that's so very lovely, made from love. All right, isn't she lovely? Hope you guys are keeping in mind while you're pulling your hairs out. So, gifts this week, as I mentioned, spring. Gifts have brought me. We moved into this house a few months before the pandemic, and so we moved in the winter, and we didn't really know what any of these plants were, really until the last couple weeks, and things have started popping up and flowers have started showing, and we discovered that these sort of long, tall, a stretch of bushes in the backyard actually is lilacs, and they are filling this house with a wonderful smell. So this is a song that was sort of inspired by playing in my garden. I didn't get much done, but sometimes gifts can come in simple forms. So this is Simple Gifts.
Hello. So I'm here in my backyard, in the garden. I just got these 2 microphones in the mail. They're made by this guy named Crank Sturgeon. That's a real name, and he is a legend in the noise sound world. It has a little clip on it, so it can clip to whatever you want. And this microphone is called a contact mic, and it's by the name of the Nostril, and that is why. So it's a relatively slow day today, so I'm gonna spend some time in the garden and try to make something.
Gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come around where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in a place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. Turn, will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come around where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in a place just right, we'll be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. Turn, will be our delight, till by turning we come
This is a brand new song. And it also has the theme of gifts. It's a song that was inspired by an article called The Coronation. That's the name of the song. And it's sort of about this, in the middle of all this kind of crumbling and hardship, there is an incredible possibility and an incredible crowning that could happen with all of us. That's my hopeful wish. When this storm is all over, there's no risk of exposure. Will we still stand where we stood? Will it be back to business as usual? Can we build a world more beautiful than we ever thought we could? Welcome to the coronation for all creation. Gets an invitation to a new world order. I'm talking about liberation from our story of separation, where together we find salvation, love with no borders. It's just around the corner. The crown can come from the ashes, even as the lightning flashes. We can use the sparks to see the myth that fuels our compulsion, that keeps us in perpetual motion, stealing our humanity. Welcome to the coronation, where all creation gets an invitation to a new world order. I'm talking about liberation from our story of separation, where together we find salvation, love with no border. It's just around the corner. It's just around the corner. A reunion meant for everyone. A reunion meant for everyone. Everyone. I'm talking about a coronation, our trouble of tradition, where together we find salvation, love with no borders. I'm talking about liberation from our story of separation, where together we find salvation, love with no border. It's just around the corner. It's just around the corner. I'll meet you around the corner. It's just around the corner. Yeah, that's a song called The Coronation. Relatively brand new. I wrote it maybe a couple weeks ago with my friend Steve Seskin. I've been Skyping a bunch with him over in San Francisco. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. Give a holler if you are. I know people are tuning in from all over the place. San Francisco. I am webcasting to you in my living room. My wife is behind the scenes, kind of controlling all of these camera angles, and we're having a blast making some music for you. This is a different kind of gift, the gift of nature, and how it's been a really sustaining force, and maybe having a bit of time where it can kind of breathe on its own a bit easier with us all inside. This is a song called Birds. He comes, he goes, he's perched upon my window, balanced for a minute, for a song. And then he leaves for the sky for a tree, maybe back up to his home where he belongs. Sometimes I wonder what he sees. Feels like the birds are watching me, and I can't explain it. I hear them rustling in the leaves. The birds are watching me. The birds are watching me. On a walk, on a path, I hear finches, I hear sparrows. There's a robin, a red cardinal, and a crow. On a limb, I can see a blue jay in the shadow, and I know that I will never be alone. Sometimes I wonder what this means. Oh, what this means. Feels like the birds are watching me, and I can't explain it. I hear them rustling in the leaves. The birds are watching. Feels like the birds are watching me, and I can't explain it. I hear them rustling in the leaves. The birds are watching me. The birds are watching me. He comes, he goes, he's perched upon my window, balanced for a minute, for a song. Awesome. Well, so last week, on the last series of these pandemic parties on the Patreon page, we kind of stumbled onto this. I needed to fix something on our streaming software, and I needed to kill some time. So Sophie came up with one from the Smile File, and we are going to turn this into an ongoing series that is entitled When There's Nothing to Laugh About, Never Lose Hope, Sophie Tells a Joke.
And, oh, should I not look at the camera? Or should I look at the camera? Anyway, whether or not I look at the camera, here's the joke, is that there are two frogs, and they're best friends. I don't know the rest of the joke.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so these are going to be very clean jokes, just so you know. So a guy walks into a library, and he tells. It's not that funny. Okay, a guy walks into the library, and he says to the librarian, "I need some books about turtles." And the librarian says, "Hardbacks?" And the guy says, "Yeah, and they have little heads too."
You want the second joke?
I Should I? Okay, I'll do. Okay, the second joke. Okay. The second joke is also in a library. Let's just say it's the same guy, in fact. He comes back to the library, and he says to the librarian, I'd like to order a cheeseburger to go, please. And the librarian looks at him, and she's like, this is a library. And he says, oh, sorry, I'd like to order a cheeseburger to go, please.
This is going to be everyone's favorite part. That's my wife, everybody.
Thank you.
We're not going to leave that one behind. It's a great series we stumbled into. Oh, Sophie tells a joke. All right, I'm going a little bit outside the box for this one. It's a Beyonce song, but the way I look at it is Beyonce is a gift. She's really a gift to all of us. So, I don't really care. I don't need a reason. Anyway, Beyonce. Into this world, Daddy's little girl. Daddy made a soldier out of me. Daddy made me dance. Daddy held my hand. And Daddy liked his whiskey with his tea. And he rode motorcycles, black classic vinyl, tough girls, what I had to be. He said, take care of your mother, watch out for your sister. That's when Daddy gave to me. With his gun and his head held high, he told me not to cry. Oh, Daddy said, shoot. Oh, my daddy said, shoot. He swore it on his rifle. He swore it on the Bible. Daddy said, shoot. Oh, my daddy said, shoot. He held it in his arms, and he told me to be strong. He told me when he's gone, here's what you should do. When trouble comes to town and men like me come around, oh, Daddy said, shoot. Oh, my daddy said, shoot. Ooh. Daddy made me fight. It wasn't always right, but he said, girl, it's your Second Amendment. Daddy was no fool, and Daddy played it cool. And right before he died, he said, remember. He said, take care of your mother, watch out for your sister. That's when Daddy looked at me. With his gun and his head held high, he told me not to cry. Oh, Daddy said, shoot. Oh, my daddy said, shoot. With his right hand on his rifle, he swore it on the Bible. Daddy said, shoot. Oh, my daddy said, shoot. He held it in his arms, and he told me to be strong. He told me when he's gone, here's what you should do. When trouble comes to town and men like me come around, oh, Daddy said, shoot. Oh, my daddy said, shoot. My daddy said shoot. My daddy said shoot. Oh, 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 my daddy said shoot. All right. All right. I'm going to pass you off to this other video that I made with some of my dear friends. And we're going to take a song that you guys all know, and we're going to take it to New Orleans together. We're going to go on a little trip, so I hope you guys sing along at home. Fiddle, here we go. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining, I was strolling, the wheat fields are waving, the dust clouds are rolling, the fire was lifting, a voice was chanting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking, I saw a sign there, and on that sign it said, no trespassing. But on the other side, it didn't say nothing, and that side was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. Super fun. Man, that is just like the sound of a good time. As soon as you put a second line horns on it, it sounds like joy. And I've been learning a little bit this week about where that sound comes from. That sound is sort of the origin of, it is rooted in social activism. And it's a song, that sound is sort of from the Zulu Club that was founded actually during our last pandemic here. And the Zulu Club was basically a group of African American men, predominantly, that formed together to help defray funeral of grief. It's not something that we talk a lot about in our culture, but to me, grief has unlocked so much compassion, and there's an incredible amount of grief happening right now, and we're not finding a lot of that compassion and sensitivity in our leaders. So I send this song out to anyone who needs it. This is called "I'm Still Looking." There's nothing new about the rain on the roof this morning. I've heard it all before. It's like the bird outside my window is calling. There might be something more. Speaking through the silence of the sunrise, like there's song and water have something to say. I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's me, I don't know who's painting the picture I see. I don't know if it's true, I don't know what it means, but I'm still looking. I'm still looking. There's a 6-year-old standing on the edge of a parking lot. I see his outstretched arms, reaching for his older brother to take his hand and lead him to the car. Our reflection, feel today more like a souvenir. I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's me, I don't know who's painting the picture I see. I don't know if it's true, I don't know what it means, but I'm still looking. I'm still looking for a sign that you were with me. This voice of yours is more than distant banter. Other people try explain. I don't know. Is it you? Is it me? Who's painting the picture I see? I don't know if it's true, I don't know what it means. I'm still looking. I don't know if it's you, but I want it to be. I'm still looking. I'm still looking. Yeah, Sophie Chambers on the stuff. Excuse me? Go ahead. Awesome. Well, for you over on Facebook, I encourage you to come follow the link below and join me on my Patreon page. It's a whole lot of fun, and we do this every week. It's a new show every week, and along the week we try to release some of the other stuff that I'm working on and thinking about. I hope you found this evening to be a bit of a relief, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I'm so grateful that you guys have decided to share your Saturday night with me and my wife here, so I appreciate it. I'm going to leave you guys with this video, and it's a song by one of my heroes, now more than ever, but a song by Mr. Rogers. Enjoy. Love you. Bye. Ready to do the clap?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh,
Go ahead.
wait, what am I? That's good.
When your heart has butterflies inside it, then your heart is full of love. When your heart feels just like overflowing, then your heart is full of love. Love is fragile as your tears. Love is stronger than your fear. When your heart can sing another's gladness, then your heart is full of love. When your heart can cry another's sadness, then your heart is full of love. Love is fragile as your tears. Love is stronger than your fear. When your heart beats for a special someone, then your heart is full of love. When your heart has room for everybody, then your heart is full.